Welcome in. My name's Nate. This is Bailey. You are in the penalty box, where you'll find the hottest sports takes, only the most serious of sports content, and all you can do is watch.
Got a pretty good episode today. We got some segments we're going to go over, some ranking lists that we're going to do. So pretty excited about that. Let's get right into it. $15 offense budget. And we're going to use some all-time greats here.
All right, you want to go first, Bailey?
Yeah, let's go. My first pick, I'm going to go with the most athletic talent for what I'm getting. I'm going to go with Dan Marino. I'm going to get the best bang for my buck, quite literally.
I like that. I mean, it's a smart choice. I think he's clearly the best $1 value. So,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
yeah, pretty clear. Strategy-wise, I'll just let you know where I'm going. I'm not going to go quarterback now because why would I? Let's go Gronk at 4. I like Gronk at 4. I honestly think he's the best tight end on this list, so I'll start with Gronk.
I would agree there. Gronk's definitely the best tight end out of all of them. $4, that's a good deal. I'm gonna pick Walter Payton for my number 3. I want to have a nice even run and gun offense. I'm gonna go with Walter Payton here.
Let's go Kelvin Johnson.
Calvin Johnson.
I'm a big fan of Kelvin Johnson being considered the best receiver of all time, so let's go Kelvin Johnson for 4.
That's a great pick. I'm gonna go with Antonio Brown right after that for $2. Hopefully he doesn't have CTE on my team.
I think he does.
But hey, if he does, I mean, he was playing with Brady when he had CTE and won a Super Bowl. So
if Antonio Brown is watching this, please come on our podcast.
we would love to have CTESPN.
CTESPN.
CTESPN in the penalty box.
Starring Chandler Jones and Antonio Brown.
That's a collab made in heaven. If you hear this, Mr. Brown, we'd love to have you.
Some Bills merchandise in here for him.
So, yeah.
All right, I'm going Emmitt Smith here. Emmitt Smith's going to be my running back. $2 value. I think it's solid for the all-time leading rusher. So we're going to pair Emmitt with Kelvin and Big Gronk there.
Definitely. I like that pick a lot. I'm going to go and spend some money here. I'm going to go and take Tony Gonzalez as my tight end.
Okay.
You know, you got to spend some money somewhere.
It's a good investment. Yeah.
It's a good investment. I would agree that Gronk's probably the best tight end on this list, but Tony Gonzalez, can't go wrong. I'll take him for $5.
I'm grabbing my second receiver here with Chris Carter.
Chris Carter. It's a good pick. I think Chris Carter for $2 is one of those picks that is almost a steal.
And I don't really know the guy at $1 in front of him, so
yeah, we're not going to pretend like we know
Dan
who that
Hudson.
is. Dan Hudson.
If you don't have a face mask on your helmet, that doesn't count.
Absolutely. All right, with my last pick at wide receiver, I'm going to go with Randy Moss for $4. That caps me off at 15. I mean, do we have to even explain much about Randy Moss there?
I'm going to wrap it up here with Peyton Manning.
So Manning.
I like Manning's value more than Montana's, and I think it's close with Brady. So having him for $3 I think is great value.
I would definitely take Manning over Montana. It's a good pick. All right, I really like your 5. I think the Megatron Gronk duo, and you got a
lot of big men slapping meat, you know.
You got some physicality, absolutely. I like that a lot.
Let us know in the comments who you think drafted the better team. I think it's pretty obvious.
What do you like about my team, if you do like anything?
Nothing.
Nothing about my team. All right.
I would lock your team up.
You've heard it here.
Can you guess the most used Gen Z slang words in 2024? I got a list of about 10, 15 here. I'll let you know if you hit any of them on the list.
I'm going to start off with yo. Is that a slang term, yo?
Maybe in like 2001.
No one says yo anymore?
I mean, they do, but I think these are all new. These are new slang terms. And they're Gen Z specific. What do you think has the most search value? You're not going to get it.
The most searched Gen Z slang term, I can't think of any slang terms.
It's Pookie.
Pookie.
Do you know, I wouldn't have known this. Do you know what Pookie means?
I don't know what Pookie means. I think the fact that LeBron passed Kareem in scoring brought that up a little bit this year, but
Pookie? I'm not on that.
You're not following?
No.
You don't understand that?
So it's a nickname you call your best friend or someone you really love. I always used to call my brother Pookie, but his name was Luke and Lukey, so I thought it was just
Lukey Pookie.
Lukey Pookie.
That's very uncomfortable.
500,000 searches for that so far. Can you guess what number 2 is? This one's a little bit more popular.
I can't think of anything.
Number 2 is gyat.
Gyat. That's, gyat is, I should have known.
You know what gyat stands for, right?
Gyat stands for gluteus maximus, if I'm not mistaken.
So I think there's levels to this because on here they have gyat as a short term for goddamn, which I think is how it started, but it's kind of evolved now into, just a solid rump.
Yeah. I mean, definitely some situations where I'm walking to the store with one of my friends and I just hear them scream,
Yeah.
Gyats! And I'm like, what is going on?
My coworker at the school that I work at told me today that a couple weeks ago, one of her students, when she turned around, said, "Look at Miss Edie. She's got that gyat." And none of the kids thought she would know what it meant, but she did. So,
Yeah, that's
a tough age to be a teacher.
it's a bad time to be teaching. I think they could have just put Kyle Lowry under the definition of gyat. Pretty much
That's fair.
pretty much just explains everything there.
Kyle Lowry's got some junk.
I gotta refresh my mind a little bit. I'm trying to think of some slang.
Yeah, I need you
We're
to
on
think.
number 3 here.
I need you to think of number 3 because this is you.
Give me some. You got to give me a subtle hint because there's nothing that's gonna make me think.
Okay. Number 3 is when you're basically down bad. I know it's another slang word, but if you're down bad, that's number 3.
If you're down bad, that's number 3.
What is simp?
Simp. That's a good subtle hint.
Bailey's not triggering right.
I think simp is something that has been around for a good amount of years.
Yeah. And the definition on here is when a man is overly submissive to a woman and gains nothing from it. But women can be simps too, I think.
Well, other than some attention from the woman, that's kind of the main.
Okay, if you don't get number 4, you may as well just identify it.
I'm gonna get number 4. I got this.
What is number 4? I'm spitting game at you. I love how I'm using
Spitting game.
slang to help hint at slang.
Well, for us, the slang is rizzy, but I know it's riz.
Riz, whole lot of riz.
But oftentimes we see people getting busy, and I look back at you and say, "Wait, he's getting rizzy."
Yeah, he's getting rizzy.
Riz is definitely more closer to 2024. I think I think that's my main issue. I'm kind of in the span of 2024.
Yeah. I'll just list off the rest of them on here, and you let me know which ones stand out to you. I've got coquette.
I've never heard that.
That's a
Let me read.
aesthetic based on reclaiming girlhood and a bubbly personality. I've got preppy, yeet, NPC. I love using NPC. Moots, no cap. Ick, delulu.
Delulu's a big one.
What is
Delulu's a big one.
delulu?
Delulu is short for delusional. So, I think this, da-da-da. I'm actually just Delulu. Very used on social media.
I'm actually just delulu. We got OK Boomer on here.
Okay Boomer is, I definitely feel better about myself now that Okay Boomer's on that list because I have not heard that said in 2 years now. So,
Yeah. And sheesh.
sheesh. Yeah, even worse. That's probably like 2017 stuff. So,
What would you say, like, which slang words do you use the most? Any relatively new slang word, which one do you use the most?
I was going to ask you, I think I have the number one slang word, and it's not really slang, but it's just used all the time on social media, and it's just aura. Aura is like all over my For You page.
Aura is a real thing. Don't let TikTok brain rot ruin your perception of aura. It's real.
If you've been keeping up with Playboy Cardi's music, there's a lot of aura in there, if you know what I mean.
Do you use aura?
You can't use aura.
Did you use the term though?
You can only encapsulate aura. I don't use the word aura, but I understand it more than I ever have. So,
Do you know what color your aura is?
you know what? Some have told me my color is yellow. What does that mean?
I'm not really sure. I've been told I'm green. So I don't know.
I thought you were. I thought someone told you had a red aura.
No, that was my brother.
I guess it's just the amount of different people you talk to. It's a different aura every time.
All right, moving on. We'll wrap up this segment with which slang word do you hate hearing? What gives you the ick? What ticks you off when you hear this slang word?
That's super easy. I'm gonna have to go with period, especially with the period. And if you say period at the end of your sentences, I just know the type of person you are, and it's usually females. Not to hate on the females, but
Well, girls are the only ones. Females are the only ones that can have periods.
that's probably why they use it.
They use it as an excuse a lot too.
So if you're in an argument with a woman and they end it with period, it means I really don't want to argue about it or think logically because I'm on my period right now. And that's
Basically.
it's okay. I didn't understand that. Thanks for
I'm going to start rebutting every time a girl says period. I'm going to be like, okay, I'll give you 5 to 7 business days.
Right.
I'll come back.
That's a great idea. That's a
Yeah.
great idea.
I'll come back or I'll come back, if you know what I mean. I hate ick because I don't think people use it right. A lot of people they'll either say something's an ick when it's just not. Like they'll be like, oh, when he talks to multiple girls, that's an ick. That's not an ick. That's a red flag.
It's a red
It's
flag.
different. Or when someone just comes up, when girls act like guys don't get icks too. For all the homeboys out there, have you ever seen a girl try to do something athletic and it's just so horrendous? Like it's not cute either. She's trying really hard and she just can't. Like she can't run or she, you know.
Well, I don't know if icks can technically be red flags just because icks are something that you're inadvertently doing.
Yeah, I think icks are something that in nature aren't bad, but they bug you.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's just when people are doing something in a certain way, it's like, why are you doing it? Like,
Here's your tip of the day for the gents out there. Never chase a ping pong ball and never run with a backpack on. That's your word of advice for the day.
all right, we're going to test your social media knowledge. I'm going to give you 5 athletes, and you're going to rank them by who you think has the most IG followers top to bottom, all right?
IG followers is Instagram. Right? For those of you that don't know, I'm not very tech savvy, so
Yeah,
I don't really scroll that much, but I do have Instagram, so I should nail this list.
we could get into the dopamine effects of not scrolling since you're pretty passionate about that. All right, we got CJ Stroud, John Cena, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Conor McGregor, and Bryce Harper.
I'm gonna start at the top because I think that'll be first. Has got to be Conor McGregor, I would think.
First one is Conor McGregor.
First is Conor McGregor. I think John Cena is the next most popular athlete on this list, but I know he posts just, if you've never seen John Cena's Instagram, he posts some of the goofiest stuff of all time.
John Cena's Instagram is elite. It's a no context page.
So
Pictures with no context, just posted them on there.
Yeah, I don't think he'd be 2 though. I'm gonna go Bryce Harper 2. I'll probably move John Cena 3. Man, I feel like Shea and Stroud are gonna be close in the number. Stroud is definitely more popular in college, but he's only had 1 year in the NFL. I'll go Stroud and then Shea last.
So from the top, you have Conor McGregor. All right, Conor McGregor is number 1. You got that one right.
That was easy.
Can you guess how many followers you think he has?
50 million.
47 million. That's a great guess.
I know my
Nate
IG.
knows the stuff. At number 2, we have John Cena with 20.7 million followers.
I wouldn't expect 20.7 million followers to actually enjoy his content, but I have my faith in humanity is restored knowing that.
I gain a lot of respect for John Cena just in the fact that he's doing what he's doing with Instagram as a celebrity with the no context post, and it's working out for him. He's making a living for himself in that department.
I feel like I just wouldn't be able to see John Cena doing that.
Yeah, absolutely not. Especially just the way he carries himself and talks. At number 3, we have SGA with 3.3 million followers. This is what I thought you would kind of catch on to. We were talking about aura earlier. SGA's got that aura, and he's definitely known as the best dressed NBA player. When other NBA players are interviewed about who's the best dressed, they all say SGA.
What about Russell Westbrook? Didn't he wear a construction vest one time?
Russell Westbrook did wear a construction vest, but Russell Westbrook's fashion hype is kind of over with. At number 4, we have Bryce Harper with 1.7 million, and then at 5, CJ Stroud with 1.1. He is a rookie, not too much of a social media presence when he was in college, so
Wait till Diggs gets his hands on him.
it's a good point.
The MLB has 30 teams. Only 3 of them don't have a mascot. Can you guess what 3 teams those are?
All right, if I were to guess what MLB teams wouldn't have mascots, there's 3.
There's 3.
All right, I'm going to go with the Kansas City Royals as 1.
It's not one of them.
Not one of them. All right. Let's go with the Tampa Bay Rays. It's kind of a hard mascot to throw out there. They got a Ray floating around.
They got a Ray.
And this is tough.
It's tough because baseball has a lot of teams where you wouldn't think you'd be able to have a mascot. So you'd think there'd be more than 3 without a mascot. But all 3 of these teams, you can't really portray a mascot. That's your hint.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the LA Dodgers.
LA Dodgers is one of them.
All right. I feel a lot better about myself. We got one at least. I'm thinking about the Reds. They have their mascot. I'm thinking about the Oakland A's. They have that elephant. I'm going to say the Cleveland Guardians just because how do you put a Guardian mascot and fans be happy with it with the name change?
This is kind of something that I I'm not really sure because I know they're not on this list, but since the name change, maybe they had to get rid of their mascot.
No, let me look up what a Cleveland Guardian mascot looks like because, maybe the list just isn't updated post. All right, the Cleveland Guardians do have a mascot. It's Slider. What a atrocious mascot.
That kind of looks like the the Philly Fanatic.
Yeah, that is an unbelievably horrendous looking mascot.
The colors don't match the team. The vibe doesn't match the team. They just said random McDonald's toy from 2001. Boom, put it in mascot form.
I think one of the most atrocious downgrades in logo, period, with the Indians. They just had the best logo. Certain reasons they had to do that, but
Your hint for the next two teams is one of them is in a city we've already mentioned, and the second one has the best player in baseball playing for him.
I automatically think to the Dodgers with Shohei, but is he not regarded as the best baseball player anymore?
I wouldn't bet on him.
Best baseball player in the league right now?
So the other two teams are the Los Angeles Angels and the New York Yankees.
I almost said the Los Angeles Angels, but I thought of Shohei went straight to the Dodgers. Is Shohei still playing on the... You thought Shohei was still
no.
on the Angels?
Angels are in the same city as the Dodgers.
You know what? The Yankees are the type of organization to not have a mascot just because it's not...
No mascots, no beards.
No mustache. Oh, you can have a mustache as a Yankee, just no beards.
You can have a mustache, but I don't know where they draw the line. Like, where's the crossing point for beard?
Yeah. I think that should just be done away with, especially now. I just think, Joey Gallo to the Yankees
Shave
had
the
to
beard.
shave the beard. It's just wasn't a good look.
Speaking of Joey Gallo, did you hear the rumor of the Raiders owner getting a 26-year-old, his wife or his girlfriend or something, pregnant? And the Raiders owner is Mark Davis. If you've never seen him, he's got the best bowl cut in history. So this was a rumor going around the internet for a little while of this bombshell, I think 26-year-old model getting pregnant, obviously trying to chase a bag. In the biggest plot twist,
Gotta respect it.
of the century, it ended up being Joey Gallo as the baby daddy.
Really? Joey Gallo?
Just crazy.
What's up with Joey Gallo always making it to the wrong side of the news?
At least he's hitting something because he can't hit anything on the baseball field.
That's a great point. All right, USA Today gave a 10 best fast food restaurant rankings according to Reader's Choice. This is 2023, recent enough. So let's see if you can predict a top 10.
Dude, you love quizzing me on things that I don't have knowledge. Not a big social media guy, not a big fast food guy, and these are the two things you're quizzing me on.
Nate just has everything right with him. He doesn't scroll social. He doesn't eat fast food. He doesn't eat half gallons of ice cream at night.
No, that's definitely what's wrong with me.
Oh, you do? Okay. Yeah, for sure.
Is this only in the U.S. or is it in the world?
This is in the U.S.
McDonald's, number one.
McDonald's is in there, not number one.
Interesting. What number is it?
It is number 3.
Number 3. There's two fast food restaurants more popular than McDonald's.
It's not popularity. It's based on quality.
Oh, these are rankings of best fast food restaurants.
These are consumer rankings, yes.
Interesting.
But McDonald's gets the job done. I mean, it's going to go in there regardless.
Okay.
Can't really go wrong.
So Arby's, nah, I don't think Arby's.
You're not going to guess it again. Arby's is in there. You know what? Let's just talk about Arby's for a second. What is wrong with Arby's? There's nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong with
Getting the
Arby's.
beef and cheddar.
I would say it's one of the more healthier fast food restaurants too. Hot take. Best fries in fast food.
Arby's has amazing curly fries. You can't go wrong with the steak and cheddar. It's always hot.
Right.
It's a great restaurant. It gets so much hate.
Yeah.
If you have something to say about Arby's, just know.
Yeah.
Consumers rank them in the top 10 in the nation. So I don't want to hear the Arby's hate.
Who's got beef with Arby's? Because they have the beef.
They have the meat. But yes, they have beef too and cheddar. Beef and cheddar sandwich. If there's Arby's around, you go get a beef and cheddar.
Next up, I'm going to go with, I disagree with this completely. I think this fast food restaurant is horrendous. But I know all these California people are probably persuading this list. In and Out?
In and Out is number 2 on the list.
Oh my
Which
God.
I don't think is fair because it's not accessible in most places in the country. So
In and Out might be the most overrated fast food restaurant in the world.
In and Out's very overrated. I saw a video about the amount of things you could do to your burger at In and Out. A big thing that people are doing are putting cold cheese on the burger, and it makes because they use American cheese, right? And when they melt it, it just pretty much falls down the whole burger. And it's kind of just like a sauce consistency. If you eat In and Out, your burger kind of falls apart. It's kind of why it's wrapped up in paper, but
We are a disgusting country.
And then do you know about animal style burgers?
Is it like when they coat it with a bunch of crap, right?
No, animal style is they give you double the lettuce, double the tomatoes, a little more pickles, and then they grill the onions. That's a big thing with In and Out. You eat an In and Out burger with grilled onions and raw onions, it's a big difference. I always go animal style.
I'll leave In and Out at this. Worst fries in all of fast food, in my opinion.
Awful fries.
As an ice cream connoisseur, I'll never say ice cream is bad, but it's not one of the better milkshakes I've ever had. And I think the burgers are just as good as a Big Mac.
When you drink an In and Out milkshake, you know you're just inserting trans fat into your body. Like if you leave a In and Out milkshake out, it doesn't turn to liquid, it just stays there.
It feels thick. Like it definitely feels very full-bodied, you know? I'm going to go with my next guess, Burger King.
Burger King just makes it in the list at number 9. I hate Burger King.
Not much to say about Burger King. Not very good.
The lettuce always on the burgers at Burger King is always just has an aftertaste to it or something wrong with it. Can't trust Burger King.
Oh, this one should have been obvious. I'm going Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A's number 1.
Yeah, that's easy. People are obsessed with Chick-fil-A. And speaking of chick, I know this won't be on here, but if you've never had chicken salad chick, phenomenal.
Chicken salad.
I suggest it.
You know, I worked at Chick-fil-A and we'd get a free meal every day. And I was trying to eat healthier. Not only are their salads super expensive, I was able to get a salad every day. They have the best salads, period. Chick-fil-A has top salads, Southwest spicy salads.
Better than chicken salad chick.
What is chicken salad chick?
It's chicken salad. They have like different chicken salads that they rotate, and you can get chicken salad. It comes with soup, comes with crackers. Does anyone know what chicken salad chick is? Let me know.
Is that like a restaurant, chicken salad chick?
Oh, it's fast food.
What?
When I lived in Louisiana, I ate it very regularly.
Interesting. Never heard of that. But when you're putting your Chick-fil-A nuggets on a salad, it's probably gonna taste good.
Let's go Whataburger.
Whataburger is not on the list. I've never been to Whataburger at all, but from what I hear, it's a very overrated fast food joint. I'd probably rather have Whataburger than Burger King without trying.
What about one of the taco places? Taco Bell on there? Mighty Taco on there?
Taco Bell's gotta be on there. We got Taco Bell at number 7.
People love some junky fast food Mexican food, I can tell you that.
And one of those persons is me. I love Taco Bell. If you know me, you know I love Taco Bell. Can't go wrong with the nacho fries. Whenever they come around, they just give them and take them away. And it just brings me to emotional breakdowns and the highest ups in my life whenever nacho fries come around.
How about, as a man that loves his ice cream, and I love me a good Frosty, how about Wendy's?
444s at Wendy's. You know they took away the 444s at Wendy's.
444. Sounds like sounds like 159 at the club. You know what I mean?
And ironically, it's listed at number 4 on this list. Wow. Wendy's, I love Wendy's. The biggie bags. I think about the 444 scheme over a timeline. They started with 444s, then they introduced the biggie bag. And you have a difference between a $4 meal with the 444 or a $5 biggie bag.
What is a biggie bag?
A biggie bag, I think, is a junior bacon cheeseburger, a medium fry, 4-count nugget, and a slightly bigger drink.
Is it in reference to Biggie Smalls? Is it like,
it was made after Biggie Smalls. It was his exact order whenever he needed a snack.
Was that his dream to have a Biggie?
It wasn't his dream. He made it happen. Most definitely.
It was all a dream.
And you could tell by his stature.
All right. I forgot about a really popular one out in California. I think it's in other parts of the country. We don't have it up in the Northeast. Cane's Chicken Fingers.
Cane's Chicken Fingers, number 5 on this list. All right. You're 8 for 10 here. You're doing great. You got 2 more to go. I think you only have 1 wrong so far.
I can't even think of other fast food. I'm listing every fast food restaurant that I know.
There was a place you went to all the time in college. I'll give you a subtle hint, late night.
The liquor store?
Not the liquor store, but
the gas station.
We made a lot of trips to the gas station.
Cut that part out. I meant the library. My mom's watching this.
I'll give you a hint, and if it makes you think about it,
Sonic.
Yeah, Sonic. Personally, not a fan of Sonic. They always mess up my order, and it's super expensive.
Benefits of Sonic: great milkshake, stays open late. Is not having it, like being able to not go through the drive-thru, is that a benefit?
Yeah, I think they should get rid of the stop and button orders with Sonic. No one uses them anymore. They just get in line.
And do they even roller skate out anymore to give you your food? Because
I don't go in there anymore.
Yeah. Because I always like to pull a Big Daddy Adam Sandler move, and you throw the hockey stick in front of the rollerbladers when they come out.
Or they're just coming to your door, and then you just open your door and not come back.
And be like, I guess the meal's free.
I guess the meal's free.
I
Have you seen that TikTok of the girl in roller skates with the whole drink tray and she like dumps it on there? I'm gonna put that in the video. I'm dropping that in the video. But that's some of the best things with that kind of invention that Sonic has is those videos. Hey, you got one more. If I can give you a hint, as far as food groups, it relates to one of the other restaurants.
Okay, so it's a chicken place.
It is a chicken place.
Is it Popeyes?
It is Popeyes. Very good. You don't like Popeyes? What's wrong with Popeyes?
How are you going to call your restaurant Popeyes and have no spinach on the menu?
I think they do have spinach on the menu.
Oh.
Let's see. Is there spinach at Popeyes? I think Popeyes' problem is their menu is just changing every month.
Mm-hmm.
And no one has a consistent order. It's kind of just like, unless you get like 2-piece thigh and drum or something. I don't know. Is there spinach at Popeyes? As of 2019, they discontinued serving spinach on their menu. They did have the Popeyes leaf spinach, ready-to-eat spinach product.
So the Vikings just released a new white out jersey, and it's kind of crispy. Would you say it's crispy?
It's all right. I'm not a huge fan of it. I think there's just too much white going on. They had a white stripe.
Well, they did re-sign Jettas, though.
They did re-sign Jettas, so
not all white.
It ain't easy being Steezy.
Yeah.
Kind of cringe, but
that dude's cringy, but he can catch a football. Can tell you that.
You ain't kidding.
And how do you think it compares? It's kind of similar to your Cincinnati Bengals white uniforms, which we both love.
I still don't think it's close to as good as that combo, especially just with the stripes. You can't really go wrong. As unbiased as I can be.
Yeah.
But around the league, I mean, that's pretty known.
Yeah. There's some pretty cool uniforms out there, but today we're going to rank helmets. We're just going to go off basic helmets. Hopefully in the future, the NFL will allow us to have, alternate helmets. But for now, we're going to rank the standard helmets.
And before we go, I also want to say, let's completely separate the team success across from the design of the helmet when we rank these.
Oh, of course. Do you want to start, Bailey, with the ones that we think are really good or really bad?
Let's start with really good.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the Vikings helmet in the S tier. I
100%.
think probably the best helmet in the league.
100%. Vikings helmet. I never used to know what the horn was when I was little, and then I figured it out, and I was like, hard.
Once you're about 14, 15 years old, and you're watching the game, everyone has that moment. They're like, oh my gosh, that's a Viking horn.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
I'm going to do this for you because I know you're going to do it. I want you to feel like you're being biased. The Bengals helmet's S tier.
Thank you. I think the Bengals helmets are easily a top 3 helmet in the league, any way you put it.
Mm-hmm. So now it gets a little bit more difficult for me. I think the Bills are an A tier helmet. I think that's an easy A tier for me. What do you feel about that?
I'm not a fan of the Bills helmet.
You don't like the logo?
I love the logo.
Okay.
But with the face mask, I think they could do a lot more with the face mask. If you made the face mask red, we've had Josh Allen come out in training camp with the quote-unquote new helmets when he's trolling fans, and those are S tier. But I can't.
We could settle on a B. Let's go for some bad ones real quick. Let's get the bad ones out of the way.
All right. Bad helmets.
I really like the design of the Rams helmet, but I don't like the color. I feel like that's a F tier color, but the design is cool. So I don't know if I should, where should we put them? D?
I'm fine with D. Yeah. I also think the new redesigning of their uniforms, it's a shame they won the Super Bowl in that design of uniforms because they're probably going to get rid of it. It's just like they're working. Yeah. It's like a Best Buy failed futuristic look.
Another bad one that I was looking at, which is bad as far as it doesn't have a logo, but I feel like it's so iconic. The Browns logo. How do you feel about the Browns helmet?
I like the Browns helmet.
I do too.
I don't think I'd put them.
I'd put them like C or B probably.
I would firmly put them in the B tier.
Okay, we'll put Browns in the B tier.
I like that. I'm gonna throw a solid A tier helmet. I don't think they have enough going on with their helmet to put it in an S tier. I'm going to throw the Seahawks in the A tier. What do you think about that?
I like the Seahawks. I think it's a similar helmet to the Bills. If I was thinking of an A tier helmet, I have a tough time finding A tier helmets on here. The first thing that struck my eye for an A tier helmet was actually the Ravens.
The Ravens. I hate the Ravens helmet.
Really?
Just because it's not intimidating to me. It looks like a pigeon head.
Well, it's a bird.
Well, yeah, but you know, you can make a raven look a lot more scarier than just looks like a toucan kind of.
Can we settle C, B? Where do you want it?
Yeah, C is fine. You got the all black, black and purple, goated color combo.
Okay, so since you made that choice, I'm just gonna take this and make this easy. We're gonna put the Colts in F. I hate it.
Colts and F. That's easy.
Not a fan.
That's an easy one.
Not a fan. Chargers F. Don't like it.
Chargers F. Wow, that's you
The
don't like
bull-
the lightning bolt.
The bull's not big enough. All right, we'll move it up. We'll go Chargers D.
You got to at least.
They're
we could
similar
do
to the Rams. They're
We could
similar.
go.
Like,
we can go. with
The idea is there. It just wasn't capitalized on.
Hot take.
Mm.
The navy Chargers color combo. That's the closest color rush comparison to the Bengals whiteout. Amazing uniform.
Yeah, I'd agree.
I'm gonna throw the Jets in C.
Yeah.
Not a terrible helmet. Nothing too crazy about it.
Yeah, I think Jets are kind of a mid-level helmet. The next three I'm looking at Cowboys, Lions, Packers, all like mid to like B tier. Where do you want to put those three?
I agree with you there. Absolutely. I would put them all in C to B tier. Probably C.
C tier.
I think I'd put the Lions in B just
Yep.
because their logo is perfect.
Eagles, B.
Eagles are an S tier helmet.
S tier helmet for the Eagles.
They got the wings. A lot of people could say that the Eagles actually have a better helmet than the Vikings.
Mm.
Kind of the same.
Yeah, same idea.
Kind of the same idea there.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Buccaneers helmet.
I'm not either, just because I think the flag is way too big.
I think it's horrible. I wanted an F.
I think if they didn't have, what if they made the skull and swords red without the flag? I think just a lot cleaner.
Yeah, or just you could put a sword on each side of the helmet like the Sabres used to with their old logo, the Buffalo
Mhm.
Sabres. Such a great logo.